Welcome to the APP Tour, the world's first, the world's best.
Oh, dribble around the post. Oh, my God.
Are you kidding?
Here we go.
Miles of pristine beaches and sunny skies have long lured visitors to the sandy shores of Fort Lauderdale. But one of the top destinations in the country now has a new attraction, and it's drawing the top pickleball pros from across the country who are all vying to be the first to capture the. It's a new year and a new era of pickleball unveiled this week amongst the palms as we welcome you to the world's first, the world's best, the APP Tour and the Humana APP Fort Lauderdale Open. The first championship Sunday of 2025. We've got gold medals to hand out. It is going to be a great day here at the Fort, the brand new home of the Association of Pickleball Players, as we welcome you into the booth here on Championship Court alongside Next Gen National Team Head Coach Chad Edwards and Pro Pickleball Coach Dominic Catalano. I'm Dorian Kraft. Fellas, the theme is new. It's a new year. We have a new location, a brand new facility, and although we have new pairings on the double side, what we're also seeing is the continuation of the top players from 2024 making their way back to Championship Sunday.
Yeah, and two of those familiar faces are your two-seed Yana Newell, who you see on screen there, and Allison Harris, her partner. I love this combo of fire and consistency. Yana Newell bringing that fire, Allison Harris bringing that consistency. It's been good for them so far. Tested in a quarterfinal 15-12 against Maddox and Haas. Not much in the semifinal against Getcheva and Suing, but again, I like the combo. To win, my key, Newell needs to play and have that kind of aggressor in her blood. She needs to play with a lot of fire. Harris needs to be that rock and steady on the other side and look for her opportunities.
And they're going up against the one seed of Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman. You talk about consistency. Both these players very minimal on the errors side. They're going to make you work for every point. They have been playing straight up, so it makes it a little bit more difficult for Newell and Harris to come in with a set strategy, but we are seeing Megan Fudge playing a lot more aggressive here to start the year, and look for them to try and put the pressure on Newell and Harris. If they're able to be the aggressors and really set the tone, it's going to be difficult for Newell and Harris to really try and put that pressure back on.
Fudge and Braverman won a pair of golds on the back half of the 2024 season. They're trying to start out 2025 the same way. The sun is out. We have blue skies, a little bit of humidity, but it is still a perfect day for pickleball. We have got gold medal action coming up next here at the Humana APP Fort Lauderdale Open.
A typical insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the third health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market. Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same. That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I finally feel in control. What are you doing? Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
Introducing Persona IQ, the smart knee. Address your knee pain with a replacement that contains sensors which capture helpful information such as your range of motion, stride length, walking speed, and step count to ensure your new knee is performing at its best. It keeps you connected to your healthcare team so you can receive important reminders and personalized recovery guidance. It's not a GPS. It doesn't collect where you've been or where you're going. Persona IQ, a smarter way to regain mobility.
My name is Chef Jamoke Jackson. I'm here with Vlasic Pickles, and I'm putting the pickle back in pickleball. In pickleball, a chop is a slice from high to low to put a backspin on the pickleball. I'm chopping up Vlasic pickles to make this sweet and savory chopped pickle salad. Feta cheese, Kalamata olives, olive oil, red wine vinegar, lemon juice, sugar, black pepper, toss to mix. Sweet, heat, and full of flavor.
The APP is sponsored by Humana, the official healthcare partner of the APP Tour. Zimmer Biomet, moving you forward. Visit smarterknee.com today. And Owl Paddle, quiet the competition.
Jill Braverman, Megan Fudge, a new partnership this weekend. They're looking good, playing good, and have moved on to this gold medal match this evening.
Georgia Johnson, Millie Rain, coming fresh off a gold medal in women's doubles in Miami. They're playing exceptionally well today.
Millie Rain delivers through the middle with some power to take game one. With the reaction off the net to the ATP. What a point, though. And the miss there from Johnson. So it is Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge who take game two. So let's play three, shall we? Megan Fudge imposing her will.
Well, right now it's Megan Fudge that is picking up the intensity.
Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge playing in their first tournament together can win it here. It is Fudge and Braverman who are golden here in Delray Beach, taking home the gold medal.
We kept on talking to each other, game plan, reassuring each other that we could do it. You know, we're going to win the dogfight, and we showed up and got it done.
Braverman and Fudge's first time together last year in Delray paid dividends, taking home their first gold medal. They won two more towards the end of the season, looking for a gold medal here in Fort Lauderdale. There's a look at Jill Braverman as she and Fudge will receive. There's Allison Harris on the far side. She will serve to start this women's doubles gold medal match, the 2 seed against the 1 seed. And a missed third already, a side out.
Oh, I would have liked to see Newell come out and just drive that first third.
0-0-1.
No lack of power from Harris to start out.
Yeah, Allison Harris again starting out really well. Again, behind. Perfect spot for her to go with Braverman pinching middle.
0-0-2.
Good spot there for the first point.
Well, and that's part of the defense that you're going to see from Braverman and Fudge. They're looking for the counter. It's not a bad speed up from Newell. She's testing right now to find the spots where she can go.
A great reaction from Newell Harris with the finish.
Well, Harris had a good open spot right there. She saw Braverman pinch back to the sideline right there and finds the hole in the middle. Good recognition there from Allison Harris. And Chad, to your point, you know, you have Yana Newell kind of trying to figure out where to go right now. I think one spot I would not want to go right early on is middle,
yeah,
with Braverman and Fudge, because they do cover it so well. But again, I like it. It's early, right? You're testing the waters to see where you're going.
Well, that's almost, you know, going back to that two-hander from Newell. Take that down the line. Try to get Fudge to slide a little bit so Braverman has to come over, and then he kind of pushed things around, and you saw Braverman do the same thing going into the body of Harris. She's trying to get Harris to slide a little bit. So I would say probably the next speed up from Braverman is going to go right hip, have Harris slide, and then it opens up that middle. We'll see the little cat and mouse play here and see whose strategy works. Holy wind.
Wind factoring on multiple balls on that point.
Even especially on that little inside out from Fudge, right? That ball should have been down at the line. That ball went 3 feet wide Wind pushing that. And all of a sudden, it's just starting to whip through here.
Newell maybe hitting
Red
an
drive
ball
from Allison Harris on the two-hand backhand, but it sets up Newell perfectly, gets the pop-up.
Both you and I look at each other and go, she's driving that two-hander? All right, Allison, we see you.
Braverman through the court to push them onto second serve. You mentioned the wind, currently southwest, steady at 15 miles an hour with gusts up to 26 here on Championship Court.
Yeah, steady at 15 is tough, and right there again, wind at the back now a little bit of Newell goes along with that serve. But again, when the wind starts blowing like that, you can't baby it. Hit through it. Even if it's at your back, hit through it.
Especially when it's changing so frequently, as Harris can't make the pickup 2-all.
Yeah, nice drop there from Braverman. And the big thing to focus on with the drops, again, we talk about is it just has to be below the net. We're not necessarily looking for a drop to bounce.
Too much of an elevated ball there for Fudge. Easy put away.
Well, yeah, again, right there, you had Allison Harris trying to reset that. Both her and Newell were trying to reset that, get back into a dink rally and get out of trouble, but ball floating just enough that Fudge can attack.
Right through the middle for the point.
A good little two-handed backhand drive there from Fudge, catching Harris and Newell almost staring at each other going, well, that was yours. No, that was yours.
Newell misses, looks to the sky. You can tell she's trying to battle the conditions right now.
Well, she looked up, and the sun is right behind us right now. So you have Newell and Harris looking into the sun. You've got the wind. So, you know, it's figuring out the conditions right now. But what I talked about in the open is you can't give Fudge and Braverman opportunities to grow a lead by your errors. You have to try and make them play, because they are not going to give you chances to come back.
No, you have to make them earn it. They have to earn it if you're going to do anything. These simple errors right here from Harris and Newell are going to get them in trouble. And again, you feel it with the timeout.
Exactly. Spate of early errors, taking an early timeout, only trailing by 3. But you guys like this early timeout to get reestablished here before Fudge and Braverman can pull any further ahead?
Yeah, again, right now, you're early in game one, about halfway through game one. I think it might be 6-2, actually. I think the scoreboard may be off. I'm not sure. But again, yes, I think that the fact of the matter is that they are feeling that pressure and they're making those errors on their own, right? It's simple fix. They're not getting too much pressure put on them. But again, it's you got to really kind of cue in and hone in your strategy here.
Fudge and Braverman, a very successful duo last year. 4 medals, 2 golds. Fudge, the top-ranked player in women's singles and doubles. Braverman, the number 2 rated player in women's doubles.
Look at the position of Newell and Harris. Newell and Harris are playing 3-4 feet off the kitchen line right now. They're feeling the pressure, and Fudge and Braverman are just manipulating. They got them on strings right now.
Well, and that's a perfect setup there as well. Newell is pushed back deeper than she was right at the line. So then it's creating that confusion in the middle, and it comes with the new partnership and not understanding who's going to come over, who's going to take what.
Quickly turning into one-way traffic here in game number 1. A 7-1 lead for the top seeds. You almost never see Yana Newell miss an elevated ball like that.
Sun right there, too. Again, it's the ball's right in the sun as she gets this and can't get enough on top of it.
8-1.
Miss serve, so a little bit of a gift there from Braverman.
Worst part, though, you're sitting there on the other side if you're Harris and Newell going.
Second serve.
Second serve still. My goodness.
Listen, if you're Harris and Newell right now, you'll take it any way you can get it.
8-2.
time. Newell stepping over.
Yeah, a better finish there. Shorten up the backswing, got on top of it. But I think, Dom, you and I were talking about that first forehand from Yana Newell. She wasn't aggressive with it.
Oh.
It was just kind of an easy roll, and that ball was high enough that she could put more pressure on.
Yeah,
Harris did her best but couldn't make the pickup.
Yeah, there's no aggressiveness. There's just so much passive play coming from the side of Harris and Newell.
What's the reason for the passivity?
Well, I mean, they're both back off of the line. They're 3 feet off the line, and they're not hitting any dinks aggressively. That's a nice drop.
Well, and I think right now, too, the wind has a little bit of potential with it because you're pushing, trying to just push through, and then the wind's holding it up. You talked about you have to hit through the wind. You have to be more aggressive on those dinks with the wind. Take an opportunity like that there from Newell where you can be aggressive and get something elevated. Now that ball's going to go up and push deep. You want to be hitting into the wind in this situation if you want to play aggressive.
Harris tried to slide it down the line, but missed. They got two back, still trailing 8-4-1.
I like that service game for Harris and Newell. Saw Newell driving 3 or 4 thirds right there. I like that. Worked their way in, dropped the 5th. That's such a good combo right there from Yana Newell. But I think it all set up by her aggressive dinking, and she's moving the ball inside and out. Cross court with Braverman, then she gets that opportunity to go right at Fudge.
Ooh. Braverman, the easy put away.
But that comes down to the defense there of Fudge. It was a good ball, a good attack at her. She was able to get that low ball, just reset it, get them back into the point, and actually flipped it to the offense.
Catches the tape side out.
Well, Newell's picking up on a tendency that Fudge does have, is when she's on that right side, she'll tend to slide to that sideline to get to the two-handed backhand. And Newell now 2 out of the last 3 points she's hit into the slide. So it's gone right into the body of Megan Fudge.
Newell and Fudge familiar with one another. They won a gold medal in New York back in May as a doubles duo. So that one sails long.
5-9-1.
That's an unlucky break there for Newell.
Yeah, and you saw the body still moving through. So as Newell makes contact, that ball is level with the hip.
5-9-2.
Needs to take that just a fraction earlier.
Oh, that ball
skid.
It never came up for Braverman. And Newell and Harris will take it for sure right now.
Gets them back within 3 as the wind whipping left to right across the court.
Is off the bench of Braverman and Fudge. A little spillage. Nothing major.
Now back to action. Fudge and Braverman. The top seeds come out leading 9-6. Harris and Newell on serve. They trailed by as many as 6 trying to get back into this first game. Good spot from Newell.
And this time Fudge doesn't slide. Newell goes to the same spot. So Newell continuing to hit those good spots at Fudge in the middle there.
Timeout taken here from Fudge and Braverman as Newell and Harris has cut the deficit to 2. We'll take a quick break here on Championship Court.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
16 years from today, Greg Gerstner will finally land the ARP volunteer and community events. They'll keep Greg active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Since I've been using Leo Rubber, I've had way less problem on my AT band and hip. If I had to describe it in a few words, I would say it's a must, it's effective, and it's stylish.
The APP, UTR, and American Cancer Society have announced a partnership creating Doubles Dink for Cancer. The program is designed to spark healthier living and raise crucial funds for the fight against cancer through our love of playing pickleball. If you love pickleball and want to play a role in the ongoing fight against cancer, sign up to be an event director for your community today. Visit the app.global/Doubles Dink for Cancer for more information. Yana Newell and Allison Harris cutting the deficit down to 2 as the crowd filling in here on Championship Court in our women's doubles gold medal match. Yana Newell serving, trailing 7-9-2 in game number 1. Harris stepping up for the drive. You just felt that last half second.
Yeah, there was just a little too much hesitation there. I think Harris was still trying to figure out what she was going to do. That's a situation. She just needs to step forward, take that ball early, put some pressure on with a linear ball or something that she can get down on. That's a good spot.
Nice spot. Braverman rolls it right through the middle, and it brings up game point.
Braverman had her mind made up as soon as that ball was returned over the net. She's going to take over and end this point.
Good spot from Harris in the back corner.
Yeah, Harris and Newell coming out of the stack on that one. Harris typically not playing the left side a whole lot, but a good forehand there from Harris down the line.
That's a great spot right there from Allison Harris. She pulled Braverman on the first forehand, and then, like you're showing in the booth, Chad, is that she opens up and breaks that wrist and goes right down the middle with that. Beautifully done.
Both of the shots that Harris placed on those last 2 points were deep in the court. And Newell stepping in, pops it up, sails long, second serve on the way.
Well, another missed opportunity there and some miscommunication. Harris stepping in with the backhand, Newell with the forehand, colliding paddles.
There's uncharacteristic errors for both of the players, typically very clean, are Newell and Harris. As Newell finds the net.
But just a little bit of hesitation there. You saw Harris move for a second. Newell lunges rather than moving the feet. That middle target is going to be big for Braverman and Fudge.
Able to convert on the third opportunity. Braverman and Fudge take game number 1, 11-7. The top seeds halfway to capturing the gold medal.
Braverman and Fudge.
less is more, unless it's less beer.
Cat tire.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
The Ora Organics Gold Medal Match Menu. These are all the gold medals that are being handed out in Fort Lauderdale here at the Humana APP Fort Lauderdale Open Women's Doubles. Megan Fudge, Jill Braverman took game number 1 over Yana Newell and Allison Harris. The ladies in pink halfway to capturing their first gold of 2025. They were one of the most consistent duos on tour, especially in the back half of last season. And for consistency, you talk about that for Harris and Newell, they have to find a way to be more consistent here in the second game.
Yeah, you know, Chad and I were talking about off air. They had opportunities, but you got to be consistent. You got to act on them if you want to win.
Yeah, it's a good angle to start. And that's exactly what it is. They had opportunities. They didn't convert the opportunities when they had that ability to score a couple of points. And again, it's a perfect opportunity there. Good setup there from Harris. You saw how far back Newell's paddle comes. She has so much power. She could cut that swing in half and have enough to put a ball away.
Harris misses the third, so first service side, a couple self-inflicted errors. And when you're playing the way that Harris and Newell are, how do you clean it up?
Well, I think right now it's a feeling out process because of the wind, right? So they've both changed sides. So they're both kind of getting their bearings right now of, you know, what's going to happen. I say within the next 2 points, we'll be clean again, and we'll get right back to it. They're just kind of feeling out where the wind is, what's going on with it right now.
That's a good spot again there. This time, Fudge trying to slide further. Newell continuing the movement closer to the line. I say she's got one more. Right down the line, try to get Fudge to slide, and then she's opened up the middle.
Still no score yet here in game number 2. Nice step over from Newell as they're on the board.
Well, what we talked about, right? She didn't move her feet in game 1. Now she takes a nice big step over and takes that ball. But it's the footwork that makes that point work for Yana Newell.
Good read from Newell.
Dorian would have played that.
Probably. Well, what we found out last night when Chad and I were hitting is that I'm just as bad calling lines while I'm playing as I am from up here.
Oh, what a pickup.
Nearly made one there from Harris, but pushes them on to second serve.
Harris is trying to do a little too much with that ball. You see this big finish up above her head. It created the pop-up. Oh, Fudge got caught.
Yeah. I don't see Fudge getting caught very often.
No, that ball's probably going out, but again, getting caught right in that right shoulder. Surprised her right there off the little backhand flick from Newell.
A little inside-out scoop from Newell.
Yeah.
3-0 lead for the 2 seeds here in game number 2 after Fudge and Braverman took the first 11-7.
See,
now it's Braverman that can't make the pickup.
That's the start. That's what I want Yana Newell. Forget about third shot drop. Just drive every third. You can drop your fifth.
Well, that one there, too, she goes right down the line, so Fudge slides over. Braverman has to go middle. That opens up the ball back behind Braverman. It was there.
It was there, just overshot it.
And she sold it, too, because her patent shot is inside out down the line, and Braverman was leaning to it, right? So she had the middle open, but again, just goes over, hits it just enough.
Well, the issue was the paddle was still open for the inside out. She didn't hood it and come over the top of it.
Braverman stepping over to get the top seeds on the board.
A good move there from Braverman, and taking that back behind Harris. You'll see one step to the middle. Braverman, easy lane for the finish.
Got it.
Got her. Just high.
That's our first tag of the day. Good little inside out there.
1-4-2.
Right off that left shoulder.
Oh, Newell missed the overhead again.
Well, it was that inside-out forehand from Harris that went into the body of Braverman, creates that opportunity. You'll see the body slide. She hits across the side of that ball. Newell catching that behind the head.
Too much on the forehand roll. 3-point run for Fudge and Braverman.
Yeah, nice little answer here. Good eye from Braverman. She's sitting on the forehand, but realizes that ball's well out.
Braverman just switching out that forearm brace. It'll
Braverman back on serve.
3-4-2.
Ooh. Braverman's going to call that one out. It was close.
So close.
May get our first challenge right here.
Oh, you could hear Harris say no.
Challenge.
She thought that ball was clearly clipping the line.
Looked like it was
inside the line.
Just inside the line from that angle.
Yep.
Braverman.
Referee timeout. The out call on the court has been challenged. The out call places a score at 4-4-2. We will now proceed with video review.
The ball looks inside, just inside the baseline.
So challenges are available for players. If you are correct, you keep your challenge. If you're incorrect, you lose your challenge. There has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call on the court. What do you guys think?
I think it's inside the line, so I don't think there's a question about it that call is going to get overturned. So it should be a quick review here once.
We have been wrong before.
Yes, we have.
But that one, I think we're like 100%.
I think we're good on this one. You agree with me on this one?
I do.
And there's a chance it's wrong.
That one looked like it was inside the line, just touching the front edge of the baseline, if anything.
Our video referee Pam Graves for this women's doubles gold medal match is the one reviewing this call. Diane Anderson and Enrique Zuniga are officials rounding out the crew. The lead is Enrique. You just heard him say that we were going to the video review.
Time in. After video review, the out call is overturned. The ball was in.
So the out call was overturned. And instead of being 4-4-2, it will now be 4-3-1 with Harris and Newell back on serve.
Yeah, big hold because you had Braverman and Fudge on a little bit of a roll right there. Now see if Harris and Newell can get back on the scoreboard here.
As a player, what's the most important thing coming out of a challenge?
getting it right, number one.
I said as a player, not as a referee.
As a player, you want your challenge to be upheld, and it was right there. But again, now you overturned their call, right? Now you got to go right for the jugular. I'm sorry, but you got to go at them right now, right? And so again, right out of this point, if Yana Newell's able to get to a forehand here on this third, I really want her driving this. Yep. I want Harris crashing.
I'm not sure what the confusion is here with Newell and Harris. I think Newell thought the score was different, potentially. Not too sure.
Checking standing room only here on Championship Course. They're packed in here. Look at that great view.
The fans enjoying this brand new venue as much as the players, and we are here at the Fort. This is the first tournament, the Humana APP Fort Lauderdale Open, the inaugural tournament at the Fort. Guys, based on your experience as a coach, as a player, what is the conversation that's happening here?
Yeah, I think they're trying to figure out what happens if you make an out call and it's overturned. Like if they lose a timeout or if they lose a challenge. And that's what Harris and Newell are confirming right now.
3 challenges, 2 challenges.
Okay,
right, so they lose a challenge.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And then if you still can challenge after that third loss challenge, it's just it becomes a technical warning and then a second one technical foul, which is the loss of point.
Long way to go before we get there.
Yep.
Newell and Harris doing a nice job moving the ball around, and it opened it up for the Harris winner.
She didn't get it clean, and because she didn't get it clean off the edge guard right here, the ball scoots and almost acts like a curveball and goes away from Megan Fudge right there. That's beautiful.
Maybe a little Rivera cutter.
Oh, good ball. Good fought there from Braverman. Short, compact swing, creates a nice angle.
5-3-2.
Newell not able to make the ball. Touches her chest, says, my bad. Serve back over to the top seed, but not before Harris and Newell get one more.
Yeah, just a little too high. You see how quick the reload is there from Fudge. Excellent job getting on top of both of those two-hand backhands.
Missed return for Newell.
Wind picking up again. You saw Braverman kind of hesitating after the score was called to serve, trying to wait for the gust to stop.
4-5-1.
You can see the palm trees around center court, blowing left to right. Harris catching the tape. It's 5-all.
And that's part of the missed opportunities that we were talking about in game one.
5-5-1.
Oh, Newell going for the absorption volley and just couldn't crawl it over the net.
6-5-1, 1 minute.
And a timeout on court as Braverman and Fudge have come back to take the lead. The top seeds in control. We'll step away. We'll be right back.
Nothing brings us together like Eggland's best eggs. We love the taste, always so fresh and delicious, plus superior nutrition. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's best.
Need to sell tickets for an event? From Sports Illustrated's official ticketing platform, introducing Box Office. Manage ticketing for sports, festivals, fundraisers, and more, paid or free. And we go beyond the barcode. Introducing Super Ticket. Super Tickets are secured by blockchain technology and transform into exclusive digital content, promotions, and rewards between the event and guests. Cheaper, better, simpler, more secure. Sports Illustrated Tickets. Partner with us for your next event.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
The APP is sponsored by Gamma. Play to live, live to play. Skechers Pickleball. Experience comfort that performs. And AARP, helping your health and happiness live as long as you do. Welcome back to Championship Court. The top seeds on a 3-point run to take a 6-5 lead here in game number 2 after Fudge and Braverman took the first 11-7. Braverman sliding it through the middle.
Well, just Harris stepping back off the kitchen line there and speeding that up, it put him in a bad position.
So all the way back in transition.
Yeah, you can't step all the way that far back and speed up and hope to get something out of that.
Braverman trying to wait for the wind to die down there before she serves.
Well, the wind has been a consistent issue for all 4 players here in this women's doubles gold medal match. Winds gusting up to 26 miles an hour here in Fort Lauderdale. Ooh.
Oh! That ball.
Braverman couldn't even believe it. She has nowhere to go.
That ball moved. She had it set up at the end of her paddle, and it hit the handle.
And she ended up hitting it straight down in her own kitchen.
7-5-2.
Crossing up Braverman to earn the side out.
Well, it's a great counter there from Newell. Instead of just blocking that speed up, she went right back to where it came from and jams Braverman up on that right shoulder.
Yeah, Braverman trying to slide over big into the middle where typically the majority of balls are going to come back off of that speed up.
Newell misses off the forehand wing. She and Harris led by as many as 4 early on here in the second game. They've seen that lead slip away. This time Newell missing the third, so a quick side out.
Well, just
Newell just walked through it.
Yeah, running and walking, exactly the same thing. We're just walking and running through that fifth.
How surprised are both of you about the amount of errors that we've seen from Harris and Newell?
That's an excellent speed up there again. I mean, Newell hits with a lot of power. So we have seen, over the last year and a half, she can put a ball away, but she can also miss those sitters trying to do too much. And in windy conditions like this, the margin for error becomes even smaller.
The margin behind Fudge so small. Harris not able to thread the needle, and now Braverman and Fudge within 2 points of capturing the gold medal as Harris and Newell take another timeout.
Well, again, you had Allison Harris trying to go right down that line and get Megan Fudge stepping into that two-hander, but Fudge anticipates that speed up and just stops going, and then that ball goes long.
Well, I think, and we talk about this every time Fudge and Braverman are on the court in some capacity, whether it's women's doubles, mixed doubles. They minimize the amount of errors. They make you play. They force you to try and do more because so many balls come back. You know, if there's a takeaway from this for Newell and Harris, it's like, yes, we want to be aggressive, we want to choose our right spots, but when the opportunity is there, we have to take advantage of it. When it's not, and we're trying to manipulate, like, it's bigger targets, it's not fine targets, it's not these shots that you're trying to hit away from Fudge and Braverman. Like, you know the ball's going to come back.
Well, you talk about margins, right? Especially like Dorian already mentioned, they had a 4-point lead. Again, you got to go for those large margins.
Getting close to danger time for Yana Newell and Allison Harris, the 2 seeds trailing the top seed Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge. 9-5 here in game number 2 after Braverman and Fudge took the first 11-7. Fudge comes up short on the pickup, second serve coming.
That ball just died right there before Fudge got a paddle on it. Oh.
Good spot from Newell going 5-hole on Braverman. That was a huge defensive stand.
But that's huge right there. The fourth, right? Yana Newell and Allison Harris, if they're getting the third driven at them, they need to do something with the fourth, just like Yana Newell did right there.
Oh, look at that ball movement. I wish I had a slider like that. You heard the gust in the court mics right as it comes off Braverman's paddle. That moved a good 4 feet across the court.
And a miss hit from Fudge as the wind coming into play again.
Well, and it's such a fine line there, too, because Fudge is trying to hit through. If she pops it up just a little bit, it stays chest high. Like that.
Yeah. So backhand flick.
The first one she made a good adjustment on, and then she got the same ball and she stood up through it and pops it up, and Newell gets that.
Is it harder to drive or drop in these conditions?
It's harder to drop.
Yes.
Little level to the tape, and Newell and Harris back within 1.
So I'll expand my answer right there. When you're hitting into the wind, it's easier to drive because there's too many variations with that drop, and the wind's going to push it down. If the wind is behind you, you can still drop, and you can be somewhat a little bit more aggressive with the drop because the wind will push that ball through as long as you have spin. The drive, it has to be kind of a 3/4 drive, but you're gaining that extra power from the wind. So with the wind behind you, you can do both. Typically with the wind in your face, it's a little bit more difficult with the drop.
It is, but then you talk to players, right? And you get some players that you and I both know.
I like dropping into the wind
too, right? But it's not like a preferred. But I like it because I'll use the wind to knock my ball down, right?
Yeah.
And so you get some players who like that too. So again, it's more of a preference thing, but I do agree with Chad is that it is easier to drive the ball into the wind than drop it.
Harris and Newell playing in their first gold medal match as a duo here in Fort Lauderdale. Harris, the 5th-ranked women's doubles player. She played a lot last year with Simone Jargin. Yana Newell, the 3rd-ranked doubles player. We saw her with a mixture of different players. Last year, she won medals in 8 of the 10 APP Tour events that she played last year. Captured the gold medal with Megan Fudge in New York. Won a gold against Braverman and Fudge with Emily Cedarquist in Newport Beach back in July. As Harris and Newell come out of the timeout, trailing by 1. His 3rd side out.
It was like in between whether she wanted to drive it or
wasn't
drop
a full commitment.
And now the serve going back over to the top seeds, 2 points away from capturing their first gold medal in 2025.
8-1.
Fudge off the edge guard, and it brings up championship point.
You saw how big the slide was from Fudge there. She knew Newell was going to try and go down the line. Big slide, clears the backhand, punches that ball back through the middle, and then comes back for the second finish.
almost scared Braverman, I think. Fudge scared her.
Out? She's like, oh yeah. That ball's going out. Win behind.
Still another chance at championship point. Fudge and Braverman are golden once again. The top seeds capture gold here at the fort in straight games. They take it 11-7, 11-8. We will hear from our champions when we return here at the Humana APP Fort Lauderdale Open.
We also salute the deal.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
At Typical Insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the third health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market. Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same. That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I finally feel in control. What are you doing? Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
To be clear, Fulfill is a protein bar, not a candy bar. Don't let its creamy, chocolatey goodness confuse you, or the fact that you hide them from anyone with a sweet tooth.
You saw nothing.
I saw nothing.
Fulfill. We swear it's a protein bar.
The APP is sponsored by Franklin, official ball of the APP Tour. Fulfill. We swear it's a protein bar. And Yola, for the champion in you.
And here is our Zimmer Biomet recovery moment of the match, Chad. It's our final point, and again, this point exemplifies what Braverman and Fudge can do.
Well, Braverman and Fudge are going to make so many balls. If you don't take that opportunity to be aggressive on that higher ball, they're going to make you pay. A little bit of love from the net cord right here from Megan Fudge off the top edge there from Jan and Newell, but they come out taking the gold, and we'll throw it down to Dorian Kraft, who's courtside with our winners for our post-match interview.
Thanks, fellas. Megan, Jill, congratulations, taking home the first gold of the 2025 season here in Fort Lauderdale. Megan, I'll start with you. You guys used a 7-point run in game number 1 to set the tone of this match. What were you seeing that you felt like you and Jill could take advantage of?
I mean, first of all, it was extremely windy out here. I think we were constantly talking through the wind, adjusting. We got lucky definitely on a few of those balls that just barely tripled over the net, and apologies to our opponents that we just got a little lucky in the wind today. But just great resilience. I think mentally just being resilient, that we knew it was going to take fight and resilience to just get through every point, and staying together as a team.
Jill, Megan hit the nail on the head. These are not the easiest of conditions to play in, the wind gusting up to 26 miles an hour. As a player, what's the key to managing conditions like this when they're constantly changing?
Yeah, first I just want to give congrats to Jan and Allison. I thought they played amazing. These conditions are wicked, so it's really anyone's game out there. Some keys to windy conditions: keep talking with your partner, because for some reason it's shifting a lot, so it'll be like down and then against, and so just keeping that conversation going, and then trying not to be too perfect. I'm a big believer in these situations. You have to raise your floor, not your ceiling, if that makes any sense.
No, I love it. I think everyone should use that philosophy, raise your floor, not your ceiling. And then, Megan, you know, you and Jill, you guys were one of the most dominant duos on the back half of the 2024 season. You guys looked really solid coming out. Where has your game grown together since the last tournament of 2024?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're still both working on so many different aspects of our game and trying to improve and then talking through it together and improving together. So just working on more tools that we can complement each other. And I feel like, you know, I told her yesterday, sometimes our biggest flaw is that we can play both sides and do all the things, but making sure that we play together as a team is the crucial part.
It's never a problem when you can do all the things well. And Megan says you guys are still growing in your game. So, Jill, where's the ceiling for the two of you this year?
Well, it's funny. At this tournament yesterday, I said to Megan, I want to play right this week. I'm feeling really good on the right because I'm playing with Will Howes. And then they were like, actually, it's been truncated to games to 15. And I send her a text. I'm like, I'm not playing the right in a game to 15. So we're going to grow a lot together and just try and get more dangerous. And it's a lot of fun. She's just an incredible player. I mean, #1 singles player as well. She could triple crown today. But she's going to have to beat me in mixed doubles, you guys. I'm not going to hand it to her.
Well, you guys are taking home a gold medal as a duo here in women's doubles. Everyone, your women's doubles gold medalists, Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman.
Well, congratulations to Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge, your gold medalists here at the Humana APP Fort Lauderdale Open. Chad, again, we talk about it. It's consistency. They don't make many errors. They keep balls in play, and they force you to try and do things that you're not comfortable with.
Well, and when they get the opportunity to put a ball away, majority of the time they come out on top. They don't try to overswing. You know, and there's big takeaways playing against them, but also if you're watching the matches as far as how many balls that they make. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, we'll be back with more action from the Humana APP Fort Lauderdale Open.